Hello everyone. Welcome for another segment, another session, final revision. Let's let's get going people with the session. Okay. So I know that all of us are waiting for the day and doing our best in the final days, right? What I want to say at this point of time, अभी तक जितना कर लिया है, all that you have done by now, right? Now is the time to consolidate that, right? To be very crystal clear about what is my strength, what is my weakness, to be very agile in terms of your decision making on selecting the questions, leaving the questions, right? Leaving the time taking ones, bouncer questions, right? And only picking the ones which are in your comfort zone, right? So, with that being the thing, what we have to prepare ourselves for is recognizing the question to our strengths and playing it to that, right? Means once I get to understand, okay, this is in my comfort zone, just crack it, right? Get it done in 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, move on to the next one, right? That being said, you have to be then also aware that you will be getting some questions which are slightly asked in a different style, a new way. So then you have to accommodate yourself or adjust your stance and play it in a way that, okay, now let me process this, let's see what he's saying. So how quickly you can process new information, okay, what needs to be done, and let's get going. Think on that, get, and maybe you will do some extra steps, some new steps, and then you will still reach there. Once you have your fundamental concepts in place, no question can ever dislodge you, right? कोई भी क्वेश्चन आपको हिला नहीं सकता है अगर आपके फंडामेंटल्स अपनी जगह पर है, right? That's what I want to say. Okay, so people, I just want you to be in good, you know, framework, good frame of mind, right? With that good frame of mind, let's start the session. Okay, let's get going. CAT 2025 Power 30 is CL's last mile, module. It has some sectional tests, 15 sessions, 15 CDC mocks, topic tests, strategy sessions, doubt support, right? Look out for this because many exams are still remaining. CAT is just one of the many exams, so can help you, right? Okay, so let's start, people. Let's get going. Here we go. Let's see. First one, profit, loss, and discount. Okay, so let's see. As always, practice with me. Give me the answer if you get this, right? Let's see who can get this, right? A juice seller mixes fruit concentrate with free water in the ratio 2:3 by volume and earns a 50% profit. If he instead mixes fruit concentrate with water in the ratio 1:2 and selling price of the mixture remains the same, what would be his profit percentage? When he was doing 2:3, he was having 2/5 concentration of fruit concentrate, which is 40%. Then it changed to 1:2, which means 1/3, which is 33%. So the fruit concentrate percentage is decreasing from 40 to 33.33. Hence, his profit is obviously bound to increase because he's mixing more of freely available water, right? So the point is, selling price of mixture remains the same. That is the key point to understand. Okay, no numbers are given, right? कितने का cost price था, कितने का selling price था, कुछ nothing is given. So whenever this is the case, we always assume the numbers, right? Start by assuming the cost price of the fruit concentrate, right, as our favorite number, all time hit 100 rupees per whatever liter, right? कुछ भी units नहीं दिए हैं, nothing is given, I'm assuming that, right? So if fruit concentrate costs, okay, I got one answer. Thank you, Anurag. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so somebody is alive in the session. Thank you. Let's check. फ्रूट कंसेंट्रेट इज 100 रुपीज पर लीटर, आई एम एज्यूमिंग. अब मैं जल्दी से कर देता हूँ बिकॉज अनुराग ने तो आंसर कर भी दिया है. लेट्स सी. सो in the first transaction, in the case one, or in the first situation, basically consider that he's selling 5 liters of mixture because 2 is to 3. So 2 plus 3, total of 5 liters of juice if he's selling effectively. So what is its total cost? Its total cost is simply the cost of 2 liters of concentrate, because in 5 liters of juice there will be 2 liters of concentrate. So 2 into 100, which is 200 rupees, is his cost, right? So this 200 rupees cost is of 5 liters. So what is the selling price? Now this selling price should be, because he's earning 50% profit, the selling price should be 1.5 times of the total cost. So 1.5 times of 200, which is 300 rupees, should be the selling price of the 5 liters of juice. So therefore, what does that tell me? What is his selling price in terms of rupees per liter? 300 by 5, which is 60 rupees per liter, is his final selling price, right? So this selling price will continue forward. Now in the case 2, or you can say in the second scenario, uh, again, so now it is 1 and 1 is to 2, so 3 liters, right? 3 liters he is selling, right? So what is his cost now? His cost in that 3 liter of juice is only 100 rupees because 1 liter, right? But his selling price is at the rate of 60 rupees per liter. So what is his total selling price? He is going to maintain his 60 rupees per liter selling price. So at the rate of 60 rupees per liter, when he's selling 3 liters, he will sell it for 60 into 3, which is 180 rupees. So therefore, on a cost of 100, it's a selling price of 180. 80% is the correct choice, right? So with, I think we have done this many times by now, right? If you have been regular with me, then we know how to do these kind of things, right? Start with 100, work further with the numbers and get it done, right? Thank you. So Anurag is proof that this question is 1 minute question, right? Or 1.5 minute question, right? Thank you. Okay, let's get going. Next one, people. Here we go. Time and distance. Okay, so I'm giving you some time to try. Let's see if you can get this. You have seen a lot of race questions. This is something slightly new, right? Let me see if you can get this. Okay, so I've given you some head start, right? Let me know if you're getting this. Let's see. Arun can beat Bimal by 16 meters in a lap of 400 meters. So basically, when Arun will run 400 meters, Bimal will be short of 16. So he would have run 400 minus 16, that is 384. So this is the distance covered by them in the same time. So this is also the ratio of their speeds, right? Because speed is nothing but distance covered in the same time. So in the same time, while Arun covers 400, Bimal covers 384. So the ratio of their speeds is 400 is to 384, or this is 400 into 25. This is I think we can cancel a factor of 16 over here simply because this is 16 into 25 and this is 16 into 24. So simplest form of the ratio of speeds is 25 is to 24. Right? That's the ratio of their speeds. So in a 1600 meters race, after Arun has completed 3 laps, remember lap is a 400 meters. So it's a basically a 4 lap race, right? Arun has completed 3 laps. So 400 3 into 3 is 1200. So 400 into 3, when he would have run 1200, he would have run 384 into 3 again, right? Or you can say 1200 minus 48, because 16 into 3, 48, he would be behind. So 1200 minus 48 is 1152. He would have covered 1152. This is what he has covered, right? So thank you, Saksham. Let's check, right? So now, after Arun has completed 3 laps, Bimal should increase his speed by what factor for them to finish the race together? So now they need to cover 1600 simultaneously. Now, this is phase 1, you can say, of the journey, right? Part 1. Now comes phase 2, when the race will get finished. If they both need to finish the race together, which means they need to cover exactly 1600 meters simultaneously. So 1200, 1152. For Arun, the remaining distance is 400. For Bimal, the remaining distance is 448, right? So think of this. By what factor has Bimal's speed increased? By what factor? Think about this. While in the same time, when Arun was covering 400, Bimal was covering 384 in that same time. Now Arun has not changed his speed. In that same time, Arun will still cover 400, and in that same time, Bimal is now needs to cover 448. So can I say the speed of Bimal is increasing in the proportion of 384 going to 448? Are you getting my point? Right? So therefore, we can now understand that what is the adjustment required, how much more he is, by what factor he needs to finish to increase his speed by the same proportion by which 384 is increasing to 448. So 384 to 448, what is the jump? 64, right? From 384 to 448 is plus 64. So what is the fractional increase in speed, right? The increase in speed is in the proportion of 64 on 384. 64 into exactly 6 is 384. So this is answer is 1/6, right? So he needs to increase his speed by a factor of 1/6, right? Perfect. So, right, very different, very new. So this is what I was talking about. Be open-minded to receiving new style of questions, right? Nothing out of the box, quite doable. Just that what we have been doing slightly new. Perfect. So let's see what comes our way now. Sequence and series. Interesting. Let's see. A, B, C are the first 3 terms of an increasing arithmetic progression of positive integers such that A plus 2B plus 3C equals 144. How many such progressions are possible? Right? So this is a very favorite segment, a very, you know, I mean, a concept which has been so many times asked in different ways. When the question introduces this additional constraint of the variables involved being positive integers. This is a thoroughly, this question is driven by this positive integer constraint. So it's a AP of positive integers. Says that this equation is there. So let's quantify this equation in terms of only 2 variables instead of 3, because it's an AP. So we can take the common difference to be D, and then we can say that B equals A plus D and C equals A plus 2D. So let's put down everything in terms of A and D. And then the constraint being that a and d are positive integers. I'm sure you can get this answer done faster than I can, so I'm waiting for your answers, by the way. So what is our equation now? We can write that a plus 2b, so twice of a plus d, so 2a plus 2d, plus thrice of c, so c is a plus 2d, a plus 2d, so thrice of a plus 2d, which is 3a plus 6d. So collect all the terms, a, 2a, 3a, which is 6a, and 2d and 6d, 8d. So 6a plus 8d equals 144. So 3a plus 4d equals 72. Yes, Anurag, correct. Thank you. Good. Right. So obviously we have to just figure out the integer solutions of this equation now. 3a plus 4d is 72. 72 is divisible by both 3 and 4. I am tempted to say that, okay, 24 comma 0 satisfies this equation, mathematically saying. Although this is not an acceptable solution because d can't be 0, but to start the chain of solutions, 24 3 is 72. Now we know that the integer solutions are obtained by changing the values of the variables in terms of the other variables coefficient, which means that a will keep on decreasing and d will keep on increasing. Obviously, एक घटेगा एक बढ़ेगा because some constant है, right? So a will change by 4 and with in the negative way, and d will change in the form of the quotient of a, and that will be plus 3. So starting from 24, keep on subtracting 4. So 20, 16, 12, 8, 4, can't go below that, 0 हो जाएगा. और यहाँ पर keep on increasing by 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, उसके आगे नहीं जा सकते. 18 कोई दिक्कत नहीं, बट यहाँ पर 0 हो जाएगा. That is the issue. So ये acceptable नहीं होगा, right? So the solutions start from here and the solutions end over here, which means that our solutions are a comma d can be 20 comma 3, which means our AP is basically 20, 23, 26. You can see that these numbers will satisfy this equation. A plus 2b plus 3c. A is 20, B is 23, C is 26. Or it can be 16 comma 6, means our AP is 16, 22, 28. वो भी उस equation को satisfy करेगा. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nobody is asking you the terms, nothing. I'm just justifying it that yes, 5 is the number of progressions, right? So this is a variation of a concept which has been, I mean, if you scroll through the last 3 to 5 year papers, right, you'll find so many questions filled with acha ye variable positive integer hai and then something, right? So something that all of us should know in algebra, linear equation ke integer solutions, right? Perfect. Final revision. So key concepts. Next one. Let me give you some head start. Let's see if you can get this. Very quickly, Anurag has given the answer. Thank you. I mean, let's check. I'm not saying it's correct or not. Let's see. Thank you. Okay, let's check. The maximum distance between any point. So obviously both these curves are circles. I've drawn the xy plane. This circle has its center at minus 5 comma 0. Let's say around here somewhere. And right, this is minus 5 comma 0. So this is minus 5 on the x-axis, and radius of 4. So this circle will not cross the y-axis, right? It will stay somewhere around here, right? More or less. While the other one has its center along the y-axis on the, again on the negative side at minus 12, somewhere way down the line. I'm putting it over here, right? So my diagram may not be to scale, okay? So don't mind that. This is minus 12 and the circle's radius is 30, is 6, right? So now obviously we can understand that, see, the thing is, do these circles intersect or not? That's the question. Okay, so let me draw them non-intersecting for the time being, and let's see, is that justified or not, right? Because just looking at the equations, we cannot understand whether they will intersect or not. So the circle is going somewhere below the line. Let me finish it like this. Okay, so the point is, these circles, their centers, call them C1 and C2, right? This is basically minus 5 comma 0. This is 0 comma minus 12, right? So these circles, their centers are separated by a distance of, you can apply the distance formula on minus 5 comma 0 and 0 comma minus 12. What is the distance? Obviously under root 5 square plus 12 square, distance formula. So 13 units. So the centers of these circles are separated by a distance of 13 units. Now this circle has a radius of 4. R1 equals 4 and R2 equals 6, right? So consider this straight line C1, C2. The sum of the radii of the two circles is 4 plus 6, 10. So 4 and 6 is 10, but the distance is 13. So can I say there is still some distance remaining? So I think that it is justified that the circles are non-intersecting. This diagram is perfectly fine. And this distance between, the closest points is 3. So that 4, 3, 7, 6, 13, right? Okay, so question is asking maximum distance between any one point on this curve and on that curve. So basically the maximum distance is again along this line only on the far away points, which means go further ahead on this direction, further ahead on this direction. So already this distance C1, C2 is 13 units. On top of that, you're adding another radius R1 of 4 and another radius R2 of 6, right? From C1 to that point is another radial line, and from C2 to another point on the circumference is another radial distance, right? So to 13, you add another 4 and 6, 10, 13 and 10, 23, right? So we should be aware of the equation of circle. We should be aware of the concept that maximum as well as minimum distance between any 2 points on 2 circles is along the radial line joining them. In the same question, if I had asked what was the minimum distance between any point on the first and the second point on the curve, then the answer would have been 3 units, right? This distance over there, right? So minimum is 3, maximum is 23. Okay, right? So Anurag, Saksham are replying. What about others? What about others? A lot of people in this session. Let's see if you can get this. Let's see if other names can come across. Yes. Next one. Again, let me go silent for a minute so that you can try this. Anand can complete a job in 12 days working 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., 9 to 12, 3, 6, 9 hours. 9 hours daily shift, 12 days. He works as usual on the first day, but due to an incentive to finish early, he starts doing extra work each subsequent day over the previous one, which equals 1/10 of the work assigned per day. On which day and at what time will John finish the job? Which day, what time? In all time and work questions, the basic approach always is to assume some values either for the rate or for the work. I'm assuming simply that Anand can do on a daily basis 1 unit of work per day. That is Anand's output. So, with that being the case, the total work quantifies as very simply 12 units. It's a 12-day job. He can do 1 unit per day. He can, so the work is 12 units. Okay, Saksham? Right. So, देखते हैं सक्षम इस बार भी सही है कि नहीं. He's saying A. Okay. So what happens is we have to ensure that 12 units is getting done. On day one, he has a usual day. He works as usual on the first day. So on day one, the work that will be done is 1 unit. On day one, work done is 1. On day two, he keeps on doing an extra 1/10 of the work assigned per day. So 1/10 of 1, so zero point 0.1 units he does extra every day. So on day 2, he will do 1.1 units of work. And each subsequent day over the previous one, this much more. So on day 3, he will end up doing 1.2 units. On day 4, he will end up doing 1.3 units. On day 5, he will end up doing 1.4 units. This is an arithmetic progression with a common difference of 0.1. And this will keep on progressing until he hits the sweet spot of 12. Now, this sequence needs to add up to 12. 12 is not a very large number. Given that you're adding 1.1, it will reach 12 very soon, definitely much before 12 days. Options are telling me either on 8th or 9th or 10th day. So I would just manually count this. I will just manually keep on adding these numbers until I reach 12. So obviously I know answer has to be 8 or more. So 6, 1.5. Let me write here 7th day he will do 1.6 units of work. मुझे पता है कि 8th day तक आते आते भी खत्म नहीं होने वाला है काम. The options are telling me that, right? So 8th day 1.7. Okay. Let me add 9th day also. Let me see how much that becomes. 9th day 1.8. Let me add this much. I'm sure ki either I'll be very close to it or ahead of it, right? Let's see. So what is the summation of these numbers? These are 9 terms in an AP. 9 is odd. That helps me because middle term is the average. In 9 terms, the middle term is the fifth term. 1.4 is the average. So the sum of these 9 terms should be 1.4 into 9. 49 is 126. So there should be 12.6. I have exceeded. I need to come back and decrease this by 0.6. So can I say on the 9th day, the work will get done. So the answer should be day 9. And on day 9, I don't need to do actually 1.8. I need to do 0.6 less. So here, instead of doing 1.8, I need to do only 1.2 units, which as a fraction of the work he can do this on this day particularly is 2/3 fraction. 1.2 out of 1.8. So he needs 2/3 of day 9th. So therefore, yes, Saksham, correct, right? Because it was a 9-day shift. So on that day, he will need 2/3 of that day. So he will need to work for 6 hours. So 6 hours into the day is reaching up to 3 p.m. Perfect. Okay, right. So a very innovative question, I would say. Something right, something very uniquely asked, right, where the work done is incrementally changing and you had to manually figure out when it gets done. So the key was again to assume the work rate and then progress from there and then just work as per the story. All right. चलिए आगे के चलते हैं. नेक्स्ट वन, ज्योमेट्री. पिछला एक क्वेश्चन भी था, देखा था, मोर और लेस कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री. अनदर क्वेश्चन ऑन ज्योमेट्री. Geometry is also very important, right? 2-3 questions on an average or more. And I like geometry. I like it because if you know the properties, right? And looking at a question, your mind can race through it. अच्छा कौन सी property लगानी है, right? Okay, so let's see. Let's dive in. Okay. The area of a rhombus of perimeter 100 centimeters is 336 square centimeters. Rhombus, all four sides are the same. Diagonals are not the same in length. Area of a rhombus has two formulas. In this case, I will write half d1 d2. That is one of the formulas. d1 d2 being the lengths of the diagonals. So half d1 d2 is given as 336 square centimeters. Perimeter, so 4a is 200 or a is 25 centimeters, right? So I know these two things. A is 25 and half d1 d2 is 36, 336. What is the maximum possible area of a triangle in square centimeters, two of whose sides are of the same length as the diagonals of this rhombus? So we are talking of a triangle which is not uniquely defined, because to uniquely define a triangle I need three informations in a specified order, but I'm only given two informations, that for this particular triangle two of its sides are equal to d1 and d2. So this triangle, we have to maximize its area. People, what should be the answer? It's a theta question. बताइए बताइए बताइए, जवाब दीजिए जवाब दीजिए. थीटा क्वेश्चन है. Yes, people, lot of people in the session, lot of brilliant minds in the session. अनुराग ने फिर से आंसर दे दिया है. When two sides of a triangle are known and I have to think of the area, what formula comes to your mind? There are many formulas for the area of a triangle in terms of what information we know. Yes, Rahul. Yes, Ajay. Thank you. Thank you. Good. Right? Yeah, correct. Good. Right? So the area of a triangle we know is half the product of any two sides into the sine of the angle included between them. Right? Half AB sine C is the formula for a triangle. AB being the sides. Here sides are D1, D2. So area of this triangle is half D1, D2 sine theta. This theta is the variable component over here. D1, D2 are fixed. So if I have to maximize this area, I would maximize the only variable over here, which is sine theta. So I would want to maximize sine theta, but sine theta is always less than equal to 1. So the maximum value is 1, which occurs when theta is 90 degree. So when this theta becomes the right angle, means for the right angle triangle, the maximum area is nothing but half d1 d2, and उसका वैल्यू तो हमको डायरेक्टली ये रहा, सामने लिखा हुआ है, हाफ d1 d2 336 है. तो आंसर तो बस 336 है. मतलब इस इंफॉर्मेशन का तो यहाँ पर कोई यूज ही नहीं है. राइट? So this information is redundant, not required. Right? There is the answer. Right? Just need to understand that if two sides of a triangle are fixed, then the area is maximized if using those two sides we can complete the right angle triangle. Perfect. Right? Okay. चलिए, ये भी कर लिया, आगे चलते हैं. अब आया सवाल. Okay, so this is I brought a very unique question today in this topic of numbers. I want to bring across this question to like show across multiple concepts. बहुत ही छोटा सा सवाल है देखने में, बट सवाल बहुत बढ़िया है. देखिएगा. For how many 3-digit numbers? ऐसे कितने 3-digit numbers हैं For how many 3-digit numbers? The number obtained by adding its digits. The number obtained by adding its digits has exactly 3 factors. So, दो बातें हैं, डिजिट्स को ऐड कर रहे हैं, 3 फैक्टर्स मिल रहे हैं. We know that if a number n is of the form p1 raised to x1 into p2 raised to power x2 into p3 raised to x3 and so on, then the number of factors of the number is given by the formula, which is x1 plus 1 into x2 plus 1 into x3 plus 1 into dot. जितने भी प्राइम बेसिस हैं उनकी पावर्स का सक्सेसर का मल्टीप्लिकेशन. This thing is equal to 3. This number of factors is 3 for this particular 3-digit number. अभी तो हम नंबर की बात कुछ कर ही नहीं रहे हैं. कुछ नंबर होगा 3 डिजिट, तो ए बी सी कुछ डिजिट्स होंगे उसके, राइट. हम यहां पर किस नंबर के नंबर ऑफ फैक्टर्स की बात कर रहे हैं? वो नंबर, कॉल इट एस, विच इज द सम ऑफ द डिजिट्स ऑफ द नंबर एन, विच इज ए प्लस बी प्लस सी. हम इस नंबर एस के नंबर ऑफ फैक्टर्स की बात कर रहे हैं जो कि 3 है. 3 इज अ प्राइम नंबर. तो 3 कभी भी दो इंटीजर्स का प्रोडक्ट नहीं हो सकता है, बोथ बीइंग मोर देन 1. So this number cannot have more than one prime factor. This is not possible. No subsequent factors are possible. Only one possibility exists. x1 plus 1 is 3 or x1 is 2. यानी कि ये जो नंबर है n, not n, in fact s. This n is actually s. And for that number s, it is of the form p square. So this number s is the square of a prime number, and that s is also the sum of 3 digits. Ajay, not perfect square, perfect square of a prime number. S can't be 16, for example. S can't be 16, for example. 4 square. 4 is not prime. So S is of the form prime square. अब यहां से क्वेश्चन काउंटिंग का बन जाता है, राइट. राइट, लेस देन 27. तो अब हम क्या करेंगे? अब हमको केसेस बनाने हैं कि P क्या हो सकता है. P हो सकता है 2, P हो सकता है 3, P हो सकता है 5. 5 स्क्वायर 25, उसके आगे नहीं जा सकते बिकॉज अगला प्राइम 7, 7 स्क्वायर 49. 49 कैन नेवर बी द सम ऑफ 3 डिजिट्स बिकॉज 3 डिजिट का सम 9, 9, 9, 27 से ज्यादा कभी नहीं होगा. तो यहाँ पर हमें अब काउंटिंग करनी है, मतलब पीएनसी लगेगा. अब अगर P2 है तो केस 1 हुआ A प्लस बी प्लस सी इज 4. काउंट करो केसेस, राइट. ABC क्या हो सकते हैं? 4 0 0 हो सकते हैं. अरेंजमेंट्स एक ही होगी, मुझे तो अरेंजमेंट पर वर्क करना है. एक ही अरेंजमेंट होगी 400, और कुछ अरेंज नहीं कर सकते, जीरो कहीं और नहीं जा सकते. या हो सकता है 3 1 0. 0 लास्ट 2 प्लेसेस में कहीं पर होगा, बाकी दो डिजिट्स को दो वेज में अरेंज कर सकते हैं. 2 into 2 4 केसेस आएंगे. कौन से 4 केसेस? 3 1 0, 3 0 1, 1 3 0, 1 0 3. 4 नंबर्स आएंगे. अब अरेंजमेंट पर बात आ गई है. Once you fix the digits, then you have to think of then arranging them. काउंट करते जाते हैं, राइट. कैसे काउंट करेंगे? प्रॉपरली. 4 रखा, फिर 3 रखा, फिर अब 2 रखेंगे. 2 2 0 या फिर 2 1 1. बस यही केस बनते हैं और तो कुछ बनेगा नहीं. 2 2 0 को अरेंज करने के दो ही तरीके हैं, या तो 2 2 0 या फिर 2 0 2. दो नंबर बनेंगे. 2 1 1 कैन बी अरेंज्ड इन 3 ways. 2 1 1, 1 2 1, 1 1 2. टोटल केसेस कितने हो गए? 1 4 5 6 7 8 9. ये 10 केसेस हो गए. इसी तरह से आगे बढ़ते हैं. थोड़ा सा क्वेश्चन टाइम टेकिंग हो जाएगा, बट हो जाएगा. थोड़ा सा 2-3 मिनट लग जाएंगे. A प्लस बी प्लस सी इज नाउ 3 स्क्वायर 9. इस पर काफी केसेस बनेंगे. 9 पर बहुत केसेस बनेंगे. ध्यान से देखिएगा. ये काउंटिंग क्लियर है, अरेंजमेंट क्लियर है. इसी तरह से आगे चलेंगे, राइट. चलिए देखते हैं 900, एक नंबर बनेगा 900। यहां पहले वाले नंबर को मैं लार्जेस्ट रख रहा हूं, बाकियों के फिर अरेंजमेंट्स देख रहा हूं। फिर यहां पर 8 रखूंगा तो एक ही केस बनेगा 810। अरेंजमेंट्स कितने होंगे? 4 होंगे। 0 दो प्लेसेस में आ सकता है, बाकी दो नंबर्स को दो वेज में अरेंज कर सकते हैं, 2 into 2 4 केसेस, जस्ट लाइक 310 810। फिर आ जाएगा यहाँ पर अगर 7 होगा तो यहाँ पर 2 को पुट करने के दो तरीके होंगे, या तो 720 या फिर 711। ठीक है सक्षम, लेट्स चेक क्विकली। 720 के वेज होंगे अगेन 4, 711 के वेज होंगे अगेन 3, राइट। 0 है तो 2 वेज, बाकी दोनों डिजिट्स 2 वेज। 711 7 कैन कम इन 3 प्लेसेस 3 वेज। फिर यहाँ पर अगर और तो 7 में कुछ नहीं बनेगा, 6 पे आते हैं। 6 में आते हैं, बाकी दोनों डिजिट का सम है 3। उसको बनाने के बहुत तरीके हैं, 630 या फिर 621। अगेन 630 4 वेज या फिर 621, ऑल 3 डिजिट्स बीइंग डिस्टिंक्ट, 3 फैक्टोरियल वेज 6 वेज। पहली बार तीनों डिजिट्स डिस्टिंक्ट आए। फिर आ जाते हैं 5 पर। 5 और बाकी दोनों डिजिट्स का सम 4। उसको पुट करने के बहुत तरीके हैं, 540 या फिर 531 या फिर 522। 540 के अरेंजमेंट्स 4, राइट। 531 6 वेज, 522 3 वेज। क्लियर सो फार? 540 क्यों 4 ways? 0 can come in 2 places, the other 2 digits can be arranged in 2 ways। 6 क्यों? तीनों डिजिट्स डिस्टिंक्ट हैं। 3 ways क्यों? 5 के 3 ways, बाकी दोनों डिजिट्स सेम हैं। सेक्शन इतना बड़ा तो नहीं बन रहा है, लास्ट में आप कुछ गलत कर रहे हो। अभी फिनिश करता हूं, जस्ट 1 मिनट और लग रहा है। 4, अगर ये 4 है तो बाकी दोनों डिजिट्स का सम क्या है? 6, सॉरी 5, राइट। रिमेंबर 4 इज द लार्जेस्ट नाउ, मींस दूसरा कोई 4 से बड़ा नहीं हो सकता है, क्योंकि वो केसेस हमने पहले ही ले लिए हैं। तो 4 के साथ फिर बाकी दोनों का सम 5 है, तो 450 हम पहले ही लिख चुके हैं, देखो ये रहा। तो 441 से स्टार्ट करेंगे। आप मेरे काउंटिंग के प्रोसेस को समझ रहे हो, आई एम नॉट रिपीटिंग एनीथिंग। तो मैं पहले डिजिट को लार्जेस्ट रख के बाकी दोनों के सम को मैनेज कर रहा हूँ। 441, 432, दैट्स ऑल, राइट। 441 432। 441 will have 3 ways and 432 will have 6 ways. All 3 digits are distinct, right? And last but not the least is 333, right? 333, single number 333, that's all. इसको ऐड कर लो ध्यान से। 145 49 312 416 622 426 26 632 32 335 338 38 644 145। यहां तक यू आर करेक्ट सक्षम। लास्ट केस इज a plus b plus c is what? 2 स्क्वायर हो गया, 3 स्क्वायर हो गया, लास्ट इज 25। a plus b plus c इज 25। तो इसमें कितने नंबर्स बनेंगे देख लेते हैं। देखिए 25 is very large, 27 could be the maximum sum of 3 digits। तो 25 तो यार ये हो गया 999 से 2 कम। तो सिंपली ये सोचो 9 9 और लास्ट डिजिट में से 2 कम कर लो, या तो 997, या फिर 9 और 2 डिजिट्स में एक एक कम कर लो, 988। बस यही दो केस बनेंगे। 997 कैन बी अरेंज्ड इन सिंपली 3 ways, 988 can also be arranged in 3 ways, so 3 and 3 6। So finally your answer is this 10 and this 45 55 and 6 61। that is your answer, right? So as I promised you, bringing something new, right? क्वेश्चन नंबर्स का था, हम चले गए पीएनसी में, राइट। थोड़ा सा टाइम टेकिंग था बट कॉन्सेप्ट बहुत बढ़िया था, राइट। ओके, still in mood for the next one? First of all, let me clarify anything, right? Everybody, please let me know, is this clear? Can we move on? Just give me a good thumbs up. Perfect. Okay, चलिए आगे चले। And we are not yet done with PNC. भाई ये वाला क्वेश्चन भी आप करिए. मुझे पता है कि आपको अच्छा लग रहा है करने में और मेरे को भी अच्छा लग रहा है कि आप ट्राई कर रहे हैं, राइट? सो लेट मी अगेन पॉज फॉर सम टाइम. John and Wilson play a best of 9 snooker tournament. In how many different orders of match results can the tournament be played out? Right? You can do this, you can try this. Very interesting. I'm giving you the full time. Expecting an answer, right? थोड़ा सा और टाइम ले लीजिए, बट आंसर दीजिए, फिर हम स्टार्ट करेंगे. Very good, Ajay. You almost got it, but you forgot one thing. But I know you have perfectly done it. But that is not the precise answer. Thank you, Ajay. Now look at this. And everyone. Thank you. देखिएगा. अजय इज वेरी क्लोज टू द आंसर, बट अजय ध्यान से देखना, लास्ट में पता चलेगा, अभी शुरू में नहीं बताऊंगा. देखिए, मैच कम से कम, टूर्नामेंट कम से कम 5 मैचेस तक स्पैन आउट कर सकता है, या मैक्सिमम से मैक्सिमम 9 मैचेस तक स्पैन आउट कर सकता है. ये सभी पॉसिबिलिटीज को हमको कंसीडर करना है. The number of matches till which the tournament spans out can vary from 5 to 9. If the match spans out only for 5 matches, it means the outcomes of the 5 matches were straight 5 wins for the winner of the tournament. Straight 5 wins, only one way that this thing could happen. One way in respect of one person, but two ways in respect of which person who is the winner. So I'm writing one considering any one of the players to be the winner of the tournament. So Ajay, there is your hint. I hope you understand what should be the correct answer. Right? 6. if the tournament spans out for 6 matches, the sixth match must be a win for the winner of the tournament. That is fixed. But amongst the initial 5 matches, one will be a loss, the other four will be wins. So in these 5 matches, 4 wins and 1 loss, which can happen in 5 different ways, because 5 में से कौन सा एक मैच लॉस था, that has 5 options. If the tournament spans for 7 matches, then the seventh match is fixed to be a win. The seventh match, let me write this also. This was the sixth match of the tournament. This was the seventh and final match. Now, amongst the initial 6 matches, 4 will be wins, 2 will be losses. So, amongst the 6 matches, those 2 matches where the losses will happen can happen in 6C2, which is 15 ways. Getting the point? In this way, you have to keep on progressing. If it's a 8-match tournament that has happened, then the 8th match should be a win. And amongst the initial 7 matches, 4 will be wins, 3 will be losses. Amongst the 7 matches, those 3 matches which are losses can happen in 7C3 ways, which is 21. 7 into 6 into 5, 35. 7 into 6 into 5 upon 3 factorial 6, 35 ways. 9-match tournament. So let me write here. If it's a 9-match tournament, this is number of matches, then the 9th match will be a win, a fixed one. And amongst the initial 8 matches, the only last case, 4 wins, 4 losses amongst the initial 8 matches. So can happen in 8C4 ways. 8C4, which is 8, 7, 6, 5 over 4 factorial 24, 8, 24, 3, 3, 6, 2, 7, 5, 2, 10. 7, 5, 35 into 2, 70. So 1 and 5, 6 and 15, 21, 21 and 35, 56, 56 and 70, 126 ways. 126 ways in which one of the persons can be the winner of the tournament, but who is the winner? That has 2 options. So total of 252 different orders of match results are possible. Interesting, right? So I don't think so that I can better illustrate how this exam is going to come across, right? It will give you sitter of questions. It will give you out of the boundary kind of questions. ऊपर से चला गया, right? It will give you questions which make you think, right? So therefore, keep your thinking engine always on, right? And be present, be in a wakefulness state of mind, right? Be aware of what kind of question it is, right? What is being asked, right? Rahul, I have multiplied with 2 because when I'm writing, let's say www, right? Win, 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 win. तो वो कौन सा पर्सन है जिसके लिए विन 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 है, जॉन या विल्सन? It is a different outcome if it is a win, all 5 wins for John, and if it's a different outcome if it's all 5 wins for Wilson, because the question is asking in how many different orders of match results can the tournament be played out. तो ये दोनों अलग अलग रिजल्ट है ना भाई, जॉन जीत रहा है या विल्सन जीत रहा है. So the whole story that we have created has to be doubled, isn't it? That is the final thing. मैंने पूरा सॉल्यूशन एक पर्टिकुलर पर्सन के रिस्पेक्ट में सॉल्व किया है कि लेट्स से वन ऑफ द पर्संस इज द विनर, तो ऑल 5 विंस या फिर 6 मैचेस तक चला, 6th मैच वाज द विन, फर्स्ट 5 मैचेस में 4 विन 1 लॉस 5 वेज, बट एक्चुअली में वो 5 वेज नहीं है, वो 5 ways है for one of the persons to be the winner, but actually there are 2 players. So 5 ways actually में 10 ways है if you consider कि कौन सा winner है. Is it John or is it Wilson? Perfect. So right, so I wish you all the best. Just stay calm, composed, focused, alert. That's all. Right. Cheers. Thank you. All the best. मिलते हैं, फिर से मिलेंगे, और सेशंस भी हैं. We'll keep on meeting. Thank you. Thank you so much. Right. Just mobile app alert. Right. It is available for you. One of the resources to stay connected with us. Right. It has come out this year only, and we have put up something very useful for the students. Just make use of that as your learning process. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.